Today we're recording because stream decided not to work. Again, we are joined by
Real Preemsy, yes sir.
A zombie from Minecraft.
Christopher Wallace, C-Dubs, the God.
and we are going to be talking about the Apple M1 chip, also the Xbox Series X and what we think about it, because now we can fully get it. And before we get into all that, last episode I was talking about Amnesia Rebirth, and on my channel I streamed it. The highlights are out. That shit is scary.
It's scary.
I full on screamed.
Flashback.
Go. Ah! Ah! I full on screamed. So the puzzles are some of the puzzles are a little bit annoying and like hard to understand and hard to figure out. I remember one puzzle I spent like freaking 30 minutes on and like still couldn't find I had to like do a walkthrough. And but other than that, it's pretty good. So there was on November 10th there was an Apple event, and they introduced their new chip called Silicon, and it's really good. So it's on the chip it has the RAM, the CPU, the graphics card, the I/O, and the security all on one chip. 16 billion transistors on the thing. The CPU is an 8-core. Compared to any other CPU, it's around the $300 to $400 range. So it's like an Intel Core i9. The GPU, which is also 8 cores, 8-core GPU, is around the $250 price range. So right now, what it's going to be in is the first chip to have it is the MacBook Air, and that's around $1,000. Then there's the MacBook Pro, which is $1,300, and then the Mac Mini is around $700. So that $700 thing is, I think, a good price for what you're getting, because the specs are better than what I have in my PC, and it's the same amount of money. And best of all, you're able to buy these now. So if you just go on Apple's website, they should be all there, and then you could just purchase them if you want, stuff like that. Marquez Brownlee, I saw a review. He did a review on it. And the battery lasted a week, only charging once. The SSD in there, which is the hard drive, stuff like that, has over 3,000 megabytes per second write speed, so that means like download speed, and over 25,000 megabytes per second read speed, which is crazy. Like,
that's tough.
Yeah, you're gonna be able to download stuff fast. Yeah, that's all for the M1 though.
Okay, now everybody, we're going to be talking about the Xbox Series X today, and say I'm trolling, but we're gonna be talking about the Xbox Series X. I played it. I went over his house and played it, and it was like a lot of fingerprints on it because he kept touching it. But that's besides the point. This console is actually not bad.
I've truly been able to experience firsthand how powerful this console is, with a variety of games like Watch Dogs Legion, 2K21 Next Gen, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and Call of Duty. And by far, my favorite game that I played on it so far was Call of Duty's campaign. It was breathtaking, it was fresh, it was new, it was really different from like most of the other COD campaigns there was. So I'm putting that on like my top 3 favorites. And
Of all time?
Of all time.
Dang.
It's that good. Alright.
I really like what they did with the Xbox. It's a major step up from the One X in power, looks, and
For sure, looks.
It's just
refrigerator.
I think it's a great console. A lot of people say there's problems with it, but I haven't experienced any of those problems. Next, I want to talk about Assassin's Creed Valhalla. As a person that's played almost every single one of the games in the franchise, I really love the series. And having it on the Series X, the graphics, speed, the gameplay is just a lot more smoother than anything I've played before, and it's incredible what this Xbox can do.
How are the ray tracing on it?
Oh yeah, speaking of ray tracing, there was ray tracing on COD, and you could really tell the difference. Like, you didn't just see a shadow on the floor every here and now, like you would see shadows on the wall everywhere. It was like really to detail with it.
It sounds like it's a pretty good experience. Something you would recommend.
I recommend looking on Best Buy for this console. You're not gonna get it anywhere else.
It is possible to get it other places, but I don't know. Depends on how fast you is with your hands. You feel me?
Mhm.
I suggest that you grab it during Black Friday.
I think you can get it. I think it might be like more easier to get it Black Friday. And
I don't know about that, because there's gonna be a lot of people trying to get it on Black Friday.
which is gonna be me. One of them is gonna be me for sure.
Alright, so I'm going to talk about cell phones. New cell phone technology in 2020. We have multiple new devices that came out this year, including the iPhone 12 Pro Max, the iPhone 12 Pro, the just common standard iPhone 12, the LG Velvet, the LG V60 Thin Q. There's a whole lot of cell phones, and basically I just wanted to provide some knowledge to everyone watching in order to pick the right device that's meant for you. So you don't just hop on a trend or buy something you don't want. So if you're looking for a phone with good performance, something that has good specs, and something with a nice refresh rate, you're going to want to go for something like the LG V60, because it's got I believe it's a 144 refresh rate. The iPhone 12 Pro is not much worse than the Pro Max. There's barely a difference, so it's not worth wasting your money on that extra Pro Max. They say that it's just the extra $100 is just it's not worth it. I mean, unless you got $100 to blow on absolutely nothing. Because I was catching up on a couple of reviews about the iPhone 12 Pro Max, and they said they didn't. It's not that they didn't like it; they didn't like the price, because the price was just outrageous for what it provided. It didn't provide much else. The extra camera didn't do much for the phone. So if you're looking to get like an iPhone with good performance, something with a decent camera quality, the iPhone 12 Pro is your way to go. But if you want good performance, sleek design, with a headphone jack, wireless charging, waterproof capabilities, and a Type-C charging port, the LG V60 Thin Q is your way to go. And you can look up videos and reviews on the LG V60 Thin Q. It's sort of standard. You know, it's the standard camera. You have standard the gigabyte RAM, 6 gigabyte RAM. I think it's 32 gigs expandable storage. You can expand it to 512. It's everything standard on that phone. The special thing about the VQ is they have the dual screen. You have a dual screen phone case that you can get with it, which I think is kind of nice. It's good for multitasking. You can use it for a keyboard as you're trying to type, get a bigger keyboard, stuff like that. Of course, it's all up to preference. So I just wanted to get people up to speed, get them aware of what they're going into, so they don't hop on a trend, if that makes sense, and waste their money.
Yeah, just letting you know that the iPhones are also waterproof too. Just letting you know.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying the LG V60 it's one of the best waterproof phones because it has that dual case. It has the dual screen case that you can use that's also waterproof. There's some problems that come with it though. It's a little buggy because it's new technology, and it's also the the headphone jack is a bit smaller. So if you have a thicker headphone, you're gonna have to take your phone out to use headphones. And you also have to put a little magnetic bit inside of the case to charge your phone. I mean, it's all up to preference, like I said.
And if any of you guys are wondering, oh, should I get a iPhone or Android? The simple answer, if you want simplicity without stuff that's not complex, I would go with Apple and iPhone. But if you want customization and stuff like that, I would go with Android.
Keep in mind no matter what phone you decide you want to pick, whether it be an Android device, whether it be a iPhone device, a OnePlus device, it doesn't matter what the operating system is. It's all gonna have its kinks, and it's gonna provide you with features you might never use in your life. It's something you gotta deal with, so you're never gonna find the perfect phone for you. But you want to go with the best option. You want to save the most money and get what you most desire out of your cell phone.
So next is the PS5 controller. So the haptics is basically the vibrations. So the vibrations in the controller are next level. That thing, like,
Yeah.
if like one of the games, it's like an intro to what the PS5 controller is, and you can like feel the controller building up from the vibration. And then the on the triggers, there's like a pushback on the triggers. So like, say in a game you're compressing a spring, you'll feel the tension of the trigger get more and more as you're pushing more and more down on the trigger, which is insanely cool.
We was looking at the SpiderMan game earlier, and I was telling you that once you press new game, like new slot or whatever, it like brings you right into the story.
Yeah, it's the load times on at least that game, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, is crazy. When you fast travel, it instantly goes to where you want. There's no load times when you're doing fast travel, which is crazy because of how fast the SSD is in there. And then also in the game, the ray tracing, you can on the shiny bits of Spider-Man's suit, Miles' suit, goes into detail where you can see reflections in the freaking suit, which is so cool. I think just altogether, like, that game, the Miles Morales game, is just way better than the Spider-Man game, because there's difference in because it's not just you're fighting one type of people, you're fighting like 3 types at one time, or like you'll be fighting Roxxon and then the Underground at one time.
Oh.
And then like it's so much more fluid, like going throughout the city as Spider-Man, it's so much more fluid than it was with regular Spider-Man. It's just so much more fluid, and overall, like it's like way better. Even though Miles Morales is shorter of a game.
Which is good. I don't mind it because it looks amazing.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the playthroughs that I watched of people playing the game when it came out. The game has amazing graphics, the good storyline. I like the characters. You know, it's an overall unique Spider-Man game, something you wouldn't expect to come from a Spider-Man game.
For real. Because when I played the 2018 Spider-Man, at the ending, it was showing how Miles got bit by a spider, and then after that, Peter came in his room and he was on the ceiling, jumping and stuff. So I knew it was coming. I knew this game was coming sooner or later. Feel me?
I mean, it's a great callback to Into the Spider-Verse, where we got our first look at Miles Morales on the movie scene.
Yeah.
I'd love to see an actual live-action movie for Miles Morales.
For real, that would be really good.
Like one that goes off the game story arc, because the game diverges itself from the actual movie because it only focuses on Miles. It doesn't focus on Peter Parker, Peter Porker, Penny Parker.
The Miles Morales movie, that one was just him learning his powers.
Yeah,
They need to get like an actual live action.
Died, too,
yeah, we need to get an actual live action Miles Morales storyline that shows us, one, how he became the Spider-Man, two, how he trained to become the Spider-Man, and three, how he acted and succeeded as the Spider-Man. Because we don't see that in the movie.
Well,
You
we
know,
already
they-
we already saw how he
we-
became Spider-Man.
Yeah, but we don't see what he contributes as a Spider-Man. You know, once they close up that portal and everything goes back to normal, we see nothing else from Miles.
Mhm.
And I'd really love to expand on that and to see more of what happens after that.
Yeah,
Because Miles doesn't just lose his powers. Miles doesn't just not become the Spider-Man. But overall, Miles Morales, great game. But I'd love to see that expanded on with a whole movie.
So who y'all think the best Spider-Man? Like, all right, you got Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland, or Miles. Or you can rate them the worst to best.
Alright, here, I got you with rating the worst to best. Worst? I'm about to go with Andrew Garfield. I didn't really like his movies. What was the
Amazing Spider-Man 2 wasn't that bad though. I like Amazing.
What was the third Spider-Man? There was Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield. What was the third guy? Is he the third one? Okay, so I'm gonna go Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland, because I like Tom Holland. He's number 3. Number 2, Miles Morales, and number 1, Tobey Maguire. I love the Tobey Maguire movies. I grew up on those. Those were my favorites.
It's a classic too, so I mean, why not?
Yeah.
So that's how it goes. Alright, so first place I got Tobey Maguire, second place Miles Morales, third place Tom Holland, fourth place Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield wasn't bad. It was just not the Spider-Man I remember. If you tell me describe Spider-Man, I'm saying either Tobey Maguire or Tom Holland.
It's just how he got big. Like we're like, what was he doing? He was in a lab or something. Like I think it was the same way how Tobey Maguire got big, but I don't know.
I would love to see a Marvel movie where they take the Amazing Spider-Man, and the Homecoming Spider-Man, put them all together in one movie.
I think they do.
With like Venom and what was the guy who played Venom? Eddie Brock. Eddie Brock is the guy with Venom, right?
Oh yeah, they're making a Venom too, by the way. I think it's done.
Dude, I need to see
Who
Tom Holland. I need to see Peter Parker and Eddie Brock in the same movie. I need to see Tom Holland, whoever played Eddie Brock. I need them in the same movie.
Yes.
They're making Venom 2?
Yeah,
I hope it better have Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like, it needs to happen.
So y'all all watch Spider-Man 3, right?
Spider-Man 3, like...
I don't remember.
Yeah, like...
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 3.
Oh, yeah.
You can't...
Dude, I watched all the Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, so...
The entire
Venom
trilogy.
in that movie, he ain't look right. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, nah. Dude, that's why I need the new Venom. That new Venom is, like, spot on.
Venom, the movie by itself with Venom? Oh, my...
That movie...
Yo.
I didn't like the plotline. The plotline sucked. But that Venom was perfect. If they can get that Venom in a movie with the Tom Holland Peter Parker and get those two together with Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, dude, that's like a perfect combo right there. Perfect triple combo.
That'd be funny too. Cause Venom is like was funny in that movie. I ain't gonna lie. Like
what I need to see is an Avengers and X-Men crossover movie, because they have comics for days about Wolverine versus the Hulk and stuff like that. Wolverine versus Thor. They got these things. I need to see a movie. X-Men and Avengers in the same movie.
I don't think it will happen because if you watch Logan, then Wolverine's dead. Spoiler if you didn't watch it. Sorry, but yeah. So I don't know how they would do that. Cause have y'all watched Logan?
No,
you ain't.
I haven't watched
it. There's other X-Men too. You think there's Cable, there's Deadpool, there's what's that girl's name? Red Arrow or something like that. I think her name's Red Arrow or something like that.
Deadpool's an X-Men? I thought he was in Marvel. He was in Marvel. Wait.
They are. X-Men is Marvel.
Alright, never mind. I thought it was in Justice.
But no.
DC, I don't like DC. Like
DC's okay. DC is okay. It's got some good movies.
The
Aquaman
frickin'
was a great movie.
The Justice League movie they put out freaking sucked.
But the Aquaman movie, the
Freaking
Aquaman
ugly ass
standalone movie.
freaking ugly ass Flash in there.
Yeah. How was the
He looked-
Aquaman movie? I ain't watching it.
I watched it in theaters. That it was beautiful. I really like the graphics in that movie. If they could do that for the rest of them, it'd be spot on. But they don't, and it's sad. But the Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, I didn't like how Batman vs Superman ended. It should have ended like the comic, where Batman killed Superman.
What, Superman
I
killed
watch it,
Batman?
but-
Is that what happened?
Okay, no. In Batman vs Superman, Wonder Woman got.
Watch it. It's cool.
So Batman and Superman are fighting because Superman thinks Batman is a corrupt billionaire. So Superman wants to end Batman because he wants to quote unquote end violence.
Yeah.
So he's
but
fighting Batman, and then
yeah.
Wonder Woman out of nowhere comes in, makes the two join a team together, and they defeat the Kryptonians who are coming to Earth.
The f-
Near the comic. That is nowhere near the comic. In the comic,
Oh, that's
Batman
horrible.
vs Superman. In the Batman vs Superman comic, Batman fights Superman at night where the sun is not producing any radiation at a nuclear power plant, so the radiation is weakening Superman's power in a metal suit like he did in the movie that punches 100,000 times stronger than a human punch, and that's how he destroys Superman, and he beats Superman in that comic. But that's not how they do it in the movie.
Yeah, I was about to say because Batman beating Superman. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
But like you think, somebody's like, "Oh, how could you beat Superman?" Well, you pack him full of UV radiation. That's fine. Who's got the money for that? Well, I don't know. Maybe a billionaire. Like,
Yeah. Bruce Wayne's too rich. Yeah.
it's no surprise to me that the comic shows him defeating Superman just using Earth materials, because it is possible, just super expensive. But Batman, he owns a bunch of companies, including Wayne Nuclear, the Wayne Nuclear Project, which provides nuclear energy to the government. So he absolutely has access to UV radiation at his disposal. And he also has a bunch of money to make a metal suit. The hydraulics provide some great force. He can punch with a hydraulic arm 100,000 times stronger than a human punch and actually deal damage. You see it in the movie. They have like a fight scene between the two where Batman stops Superman's punch and then he punches Superman in the face and his nose starts to bleed.
Well, I ain't watched it. I ain't watched the movie.
You could look up a scene on YouTube, but the movie was it was all garbage, but I loved the animation in the movie. The movie was good in the production sense, but not in the writing sense, if that makes sense. I think we're on our 9th Spider-Man movie with the movie that's coming out this next year.
1988.
Jeez.
Yeah.
We have Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3. We have Amazing Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3. Homecoming, Far From Home. Technically, if you want to count it, Infinity War, Endgame, Civil War. So what's that? It's 10? So they're coming out with the 11th one next year?
Ew. Sorry to cut you off, Chris, but I'm just looking at
It's
Spider
good,
Woman
man.
right now, and ew, like Spider Woman. Like, are they gonna make a live action version of this?
If you think that's bad, what I want you to do is I want you to look up the Wonder Woman animated series. That shit was so bad.
Was that in the 70s?
I don't remember exactly what time it was, but I just know it was bad. It was so bad. It was very disappointing. What really disappoints me though, like 100% disappointment, was the 3 animated movies they put on Netflix for Marvel. They put Planet Hulk, which was disappointing. I didn't like that movie. Then there was Hulk versus Thor, and then Hulk versus Wolverine. And both times, Hulk lost.
What? Now Thor, I understand, but Wolverine.
Yeah, I was like, Wolverine beat the Hulk?
Wolverine, a whole cheat code.
Dude, I saw the movie, and basically what happens is Wolverine and the Hulk, well, the Hulk gets captured by Weapon X, which is the X-Men's rivals, and they take him, and they take Wolverine. They're the same people that have Deadpool in the in the comics where Deadpool leaves X-Men and goes to the other side because he's still conflicted about who he likes. Deadpool and the rest of the gang take Wolverine and Hulk hostage. They try to figure out what made the Hulk. Then they try to shut him down. Wolverine breaks free, frees the Hulk, and then the Hulk is Bruce Banner. And then they team up, and that's how the movie ends, with the Hulk getting beaten. And it just doesn't make any sense to me.
So I think they directing a movie about like Spider-Woman or something, a live action movie.
I'm excited. Well, I was excited for, but I don't know if I am now because they said they had a major back call in the movie. Was the what was the movie called? Black Widow movie. There it is.
Oh yeah, what
They said they said they're having a callback because of COVID, short staff. One of the actors in the movie got COVID, so they had to stop filming. So I was excited for the movie, but now not really anymore because they also said that what was his name? Black Panther. He passed away. You heard about that?
Yeah, I heard about that. That's
The entire Black Panther 2 movie had to be scrapped because they didn't even finish filming the first quarter. So there's no Black Panther 2 movie ever.
Mm.
And they said that they're not going to hire a new actor because they don't want to tarnish his reputation. And the first Black Panther movie, I'm not going to lie, was kinda not up to what they said it was going to be.
Yeah,
it wasn't that
good.
It had a lot. It was lacking a lot of what I expected.
What was you expecting, like at the ending of Black Panther?
I was expecting like comic ending. If you ever read the comics about Black Panther, there's a great comic about Wakanda and everything when they get raided, which is typical. It's always get raided in the comic.
I mean, it got
Like
rated in Infinity War though.
Yep. Infinity War is more of what I was expecting, a huge raid. No, that's what I was expecting. Like less of what happened in the movie, but more of what happened in Infinity War.
Now I like the animation when him and Killmonger was fighting in the air.
Yep.
Fell on the ground. That was my favorite.
But
scene.
it sort of reminded me of a Power Rangers movie.
Yeah.
I did not. I mean, like that Power Rangers movie was alright, but honestly, I.
Oh, that's on poo. That Power Rangers movie, poo.
Yeah, that Power Ranger movie sucked.
It did. Bad, actually. I like how they got their powers. I ain't gonna lie. Their powers, how they got their powers was alright.
Dude, they
it wasn't good. It wasn't
like
good.
rock crumbles and they find a rock and now they're superheroes.
Yeah, it's like,
dude,
they wander into a cave and suddenly freaking.
This isn't what I was going. This is not the tangent I wanted to go down. I was just saying I'm just saying it reminds me of the Power Rangers movie because of the fighting style. The fighting style and the animation of the fighting style is very exaggerated and very played up to like the next level, just like Power Rangers is. If you ever watched this TV show and the movie, they get a bomb explodes in front of them, and then they take 2 seconds and then jump in the air. And you could just see those mistakes in the movie, and I wish they would have fixed it all up before they produced it.
Yeah.
Also with the Power Rangers movie, how the people were like, no, I don't want these powers.
Dude, why would you not?
I would.
I just don't understand how like those kids were the first ones to find that cave or whatever it was, when really like higher officials, like I'm not sure what they're called, but there's people that inspect caves like that.
Archaeologists?
Well, I guess it was in the rocks. Deep in the rocks somewhere. Where they
yeah, I mean, dude,
you'll be surprised what people miss.
I can go on and on about superhero movies. Unfortunately, we're running out of time.
Alright, guys. So, is the end. Bye!